Is to say great church, and it's a great office, and the priesthood is a wonderful institution and sacrament given to us by Jesus. Just because we have a few bad guys in there doing things they shouldn't be doing and living in sin doesn't mean that it's a bad church I should leave. Quite the contrary.
Right.
It means I should stay here and be part of the solution.
Amen.
I should be here trying to fix the thing, not leaving.
Virgin Most Powerful Radio, sharing the gospel with clarity and charity.
When we had scandal back in 2002, you were pretty much a new Catholic. I want to understand a statement you made to me off the air that I think is important for our listeners to hear. Would you share that with us about scandal from back when, I guess it was 2002 when we first had the scandal break? Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that I came into the Catholic Church with my eyes wide open. I didn't come in and get surprised by all of these things. I knew this happened, but I also know it happened even worse in other religious institutions. Mm-hmm. So I knew exactly what was going on. I came in with my eyes wide open, and I know that there always have been bad times in the church. There has never been a golden age, Terry. There's never been an age where you can say, well, that was the golden age of the church. It must have been back when Paul was there. It was the oh my goodness. Just read 1st, 2nd Corinthians, you'll see there was no golden age under Paul. He was always fighting to try and straighten out problems and division and sexual aberrations. And all
nothing new under the sun.
But when I became a Catholic, people said to me when the scandal broke out, don't you wish now you didn't become Catholic, or aren't you embarrassed to become a Catholic? I say, no, I'm proud to be a Catholic. This is a great church, and it's a great office of the Pope, and everything. You know, I'm proud to be a Catholic. Yeah, we've got some bad guys here, and we're going to have to work to get rid of them. But I said that, you know, in the time when Bill Clinton was president, and we had a sexual scandal in the White House. I mean, people remember the name Lewinsky because of that. Sure. We had a bad scandal in the White House. It was a sex scandal, and he didn't even own the house. He rents it from us. And I said to people, I don't see you getting on boats, planes, and trains, leaving the United States and reneging on your citizenship and becoming a citizen of another country because of that bad sex scandal in this country. I said, this is a great country. The office of the presidency is a great office. We just got a problem guy in there right now. We just need to deal with it and get him out of there. But you're still staying happy as Americans, and I feel the same way. This is a great church, and it's a great office, and the priesthood is a wonderful institution and sacrament given to us by Jesus. Just because we have a few bad guys in there doing things they shouldn't be doing and living in sin doesn't mean that it's a bad church I should leave. Quite the contrary. Right. It means I should stay here and be part of the solution. Amen. I should be here trying to fix the thing, not leaving. And I've always said, my dad taught me this when I was a boy, Terry, if you hide behind a hypocrite, and people say, well, the church is full of hypocrites, so I'm going to leave. If you hide behind a hypocrite, then you must be smaller than the hypocrite to be able to hide behind him.
That's a good one. I like that. God bless your dad. Talking about the Holy Land, I've heard beautiful testimonies from your folks that have gone, even non-Catholics who have gone on these pilgrimages to the Holy Land, and graces are flowing there. Can you tell a story or two about some of the people who have gone on that Holy Land trip and that it just changed their whole life?
Well, I'll tell you 3 of them.
Okay.
One was mine. The first time I went to the Holy Land,
I love it.
I was so overwhelmed. I got off the plane. I was on the blacktop tarmac.
Yeah.
And I remember with my backpack on my back, I fell on my face on the tarmac, and I wept because I was in the Holy Land. I cried everywhere I went. I just couldn't believe I was standing where Jesus said this or where Mary did that. I was overwhelmed. Now, I'll tell you a couple other stories. This one is pretty dramatic. One woman came on the trip, and she didn't talk to anybody the whole time. She completely stayed to herself. She just never made eye contact. She just sat on the bus, walked around, listened, and ate meals, but always by herself. And I just said, I'll leave her alone. I'm not going to bother her.
Yeah.
At the end of the trip, when she was getting on the bus to go back to the airport, she says, I want to just let you know my story. She said, I came here because of my brother. I was told my brother I was going to commit suicide. I've ruined my life. I'm an alcoholic. I've destroyed my family. I've destroyed my everything, and I was going to commit suicide. And my brother said to me, before you do that, I'm going to pay for you to go on a pilgrimage with Steve Ray. And after you go with Steve Ray, then you do what you want when you come back. She said, but I want you to do that first. She said, I've been here on this pilgrimage, listening to everything you've taught, being part of all of these things. She said, and I want you to know that when I go home, I have been healed.
Wow.
She said, I have no desire for alcohol. I'm going back to put my family back together and to become a Catholic and live this Catholic life. She said, I've been healed on this trip. That was one story that just really shook us. Another one, and there's so many, but another lady at the last day, she stood up at dinner, said, before I get on the plane to go back home, I want you all to know something. I've been very impressed by all of you. I am a Lutheran, and my Lutheran Bible study friends told me, don't get deceived by those Catholics when you go over there on that trip. She said, but watching all of you and how you love the Lord and how you worship and how you pray, she said, the first thing I do when I get home is go find my local Catholic church and tell the priest I want to join. She says, because after this trip, I'm a Catholic.
That's awesome.
Those are just a couple, Terry, but we could have it.
Oh, no, we could have a whole hour. Yeah.
Stories.
I've heard so many. And again, go to CatholicConvert.com and find out about all the different places Steve Ray and his wonderful wife Janet goes to. And I've been on many pilgrimages, and I'll just say it right up front. I've been on other pilgrimages with other tour guides, and Steve, I've had it where I went to Europe for Padre Pio's Padre Pio's canonization in 2002, and the group that set up the trip, they forgot us at the airport. They never came to pick us up. Okay, so you can imagine how frustrated I was with those folks. So when I got to go with you, it was like a night and day difference. Everything first class. It's on time. We have a great group of people. So I want to endorse Steve Ray and his wife Janet, who do the pilgrimages, because you're going to have a fantastic experience. And then the other thing that I just love about the conferences are the people that are there, first class. I've made friends now that are my lifelong friends because of those trips. Not only people who are on fire for the Catholic faith, but just folks who just are people who are in love with Jesus Christ and his bride, the church. It motivated me every time I've been on those pilgrimages, so I would encourage you to go. Go to CatholicConvert.com and find out about not just the pilgrimages, get his book, get anything this man's done.
In the 1990s, I lived and worked in Hollywood. But when my wife Betty's mom took ill, we relocated to Orange County. And it was during this time in our lives that I converted to Catholicism. Once my eyes were opened to the truth, I couldn't learn enough about the faith. But I had less free time than ever, especially with a long commute. That's when I discovered the real value of Catholic audio. Listening to cassette tapes transformed my daily commute into a miniature retreat. And that's the beauty of Virgin Most Powerful Radio today. Since the podcasts are archived, you can listen anytime on our smartphone app. I know how listening to Catholic audio can bring you closer to Christ and his church. So I encourage you to visit the App Store or go to vmpr.org and download the app today. It just might change your life. I'm Matthew Arnold for Virgin Most Powerful Radio.